Hello and welcome to Decision 2024. Our three candidates are Chief Justice John Roberts with his Vice President and Ambassador Nikki Haley facing off against Democrat nominee and New York Governor Andrew Cuomo with his Vice President bench nominee Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, facing off against a major third-party candidate, something we haven't had since 1996, former Congressman of Virginia Virgil Goode with his running mate, activist Dario Hunter. Here is our current Senate. After the 2022 elections, Republicans have lost the Senate. They have 49 seats currently, with Democrats having 51. The Republicans currently have 10 seats that are up for grabs in this election. Democrats have 23, meaning 39 to 28 thus far. It is now time for the 7 p.m. poll closings. Georgia is currently too close to call. Andrew Cuomo has a lead within the state. Indiana, too close to call. John Roberts has a lead in the state. Kentucky is projected to go to John Roberts. South Carolina projected to go to John Roberts. Vermont projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Virginia, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo has a lead within the state. Virgil Goode comes in so far in second within the state. This is his home state, after all. Here's the current map thus far. We now have some Senate projections. Senator Mike Braun has been re-elected to the Senate, winning the Indiana Senate race, defeating Woody Myers. We do have a gain for Republicans. The incumbent Senator Bernie Sanders sadly passed away early 2023. The governor of Vermont, Phil Scott, replaced him with the former Lieutenant Governor David Zuckerman before announcing his intention to run a couple months later. And Phil Scott has won the seat against Senator David Zuckerman, which is a gain for Republicans. Tim Kaine has been re-elected to the Senate. He has won the Virginia Senate race, defeating Congressman Scott Taylor. Here's the current Senate map. Now out of the Indiana governor race, Greg Pence, the brother of former Vice President, or I guess the incumbent Vice President, Mike Pence, has won the governor race, defeating Barron Hill. Vermont, the seat that was left open after Phil Scott decided to run for Senate, the Attorney General T.J. Donovan has defeated Randy Brock. This is a gain for Democrats within the Governor Association. Here's the current governor map. It is now time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. North Carolina is too close to call. John Roberts does have a lead within the state. Ohio, too close to call. John Roberts does have a lead in the state. West Virginia, however, is now being projected to go to John Roberts. Indiana now being projected to go to John Roberts. Virginia being projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Georgia, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Here's the current map thus far. John Roberts is in the lead with 32 electoral votes. Ohio, Sherrod Brown has been re-elected, defeating Governor Mike DeWine. West Virginia, a gain for Republicans. Secretary Natalie Tennant has defeated incumbent Joe Manchin. Here's the current Senate map so far. Josh Stein has been elected as North Carolina's governor, defeating Robert Brawley. This is a gain for Democrats within the Governor Association. Richard Ojeda finally winning an election in West Virginia, defeating Lieutenant Governor Mitch Carmichael. Here's the current governor map. North Carolina should be blue there, my bad. It is now time for the 8 p.m. poll closings. Alabama, John Roberts is the projected winner. Connecticut, Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner. Delaware, Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner. He's also the projected winner in Washington, D.C. Florida, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Illinois, Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner. Maine at large, currently too close to call. Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Virgil Goode this is the second time we've seen Virgil Goode coming in second in the state, and as though that is too close to call, Goode could win the state, but he's only 4 to 5 points behind Cuomo. Maine's first district, too close to call. Cuomo barely has a lead over Virgil Goode within the district. Maine 2nd District, however, John Roberts has a lead in the state. Roberts and Cuomo have switched places in the 2nd District. Virgil Goode doing very well in Maine. Maryland projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Massachusetts projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Mississippi, John Roberts is the projected winner. Missouri, too close to call, a former bellwether, as you could say. John Roberts does have a lead in the state. New Hampshire, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. New Jersey, projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Oklahoma, projected to go to John Roberts. Pennsylvania, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Rhode Island, projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Tennessee, projected to go to John Roberts. Ohio, still too close to call, Andrew Cuomo. The state has swung into Andrew Cuomo's column as of now. North Carolina, too close to call, John Roberts still has a lead in the state. Georgia, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo does still have the lead in the state. Here's the current map thus far. Andrew Cuomo has a lead overall, 86 electoral votes to 64 to 0. We now have some Senate projections. Chris Murphy has been re-elected, defeating Chris Shays. John Carney has been elected to the Senate, defeating Rocky De La Fuente. Wayne Masson has defeated incumbent Rick Scott, a net gain for Democrats within Florida. Paul LePage has defeated Janet Mills in Maine, a net gain for Republicans. Charlie Baker has defeated incumbent Elizabeth Warren in the Massachusetts Senate race, another net gain for Republicans. Ben Cardin has been re-elected to the Senate, defeating Chris Chaffee. Mississippi, Roger Wicker is the projected winner, defeating Will Otis. Josh Hawley has been re-elected, defeating Nicole Galloway. In New Jersey, Bob Menendez has defeated John Crowley. Bob Casey Jr. has been re-elected, defeating Kim Ward. Sheldon Whitehouse, the man with the best name ever, has defeated Lincoln Chaffee to be re-elected to the Senate. Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn has been re-elected, defeating John Wolfe Jr. Here's the current Senate map thus far. Delaware, Hunter Biden has defeated Ken Simpler. Missouri, Mike Parson has been re-elected to a second full term, defeating Jason Kander. New Hampshire, Chris Sununu has been re-elected, defeating Chris Pappas. Here's the current governor map as of now. We have fixed North Carolina from going red to blue. It has gone for Josh Stein, who is a Democrat. It is now time for the 8:30 p.m. poll closings. John Roberts is the projected winner within Arkansas. He is the projected winner in Missouri. Florida, still too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Georgia, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. North Carolina, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Ohio, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo Ohio has swung to Andrew Cuomo. Pennsylvania, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. New Hampshire, a net gain from 2020, Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner in New Hampshire. Maine at large, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo does have a lead in the state. Maine's 1st District, a net gain from 2020 from Democrat to Independent. Virgil Goode has won Maine's 1st District. A lot of news outlets did not project any electoral college win for Virgil Goode. Not a single electoral vote was projected for him, but as of now, it seems like he has gone against the odds and has won at least one electoral vote. Maine's 2nd District, however, is being projected to go to John Roberts. Here's the current electoral map thus far. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead overall, 90 to 81 to 1. It is now time for the 9 p.m. poll closings. Arizona, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Colorado, projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Kansas, too close to call, John Roberts has a lead in the state. Louisiana, projected to go to John Roberts. Michigan, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo does have a lead in the state. Minnesota, too close to call, Andrew Cuomo has a lead in the state. Nebraska, all but one electoral vote is projected to go to John Roberts. Nebraska's 2nd District is too close to call, but John Roberts does have a lead in the district. New Mexico, too close to call, John Roberts has a lead in the state. New York, Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner. This is his home state. North Dakota projected to go to John Roberts. South Dakota projected to go to John Roberts. Texas, too close to call. John Roberts does have a lead in the state, however. Wisconsin, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead within the state, a narrow lead, however. Wyoming projected to go to John Roberts. Ohio, a net gain from 2020. Andrew Cuomo has won the state of Ohio. Pennsylvania, another net gain for Democrats from 2020. Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner in Pennsylvania. North Carolina, however, is too close to call. It is swung to the Andrew Cuomo column. Georgia, a net gain from 2020. Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner in Georgia. Florida, a net gain from 2020. Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner in Florida. Maine at large, this is a net gain for Republicans in 2020, as Joe Biden only won it by less than one. John Roberts is the projected winner in Maine at large. Here's the current map thus far. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead, 210 to 104 to 1. He only needs 60 more electoral votes to win. What does that mean? It means he needs to win. It means he can have California and Nevada to win. That's all he needs. That's all he needs. He could lose every other state, but he can win California and Nevada, two states that many news outlets have projected to go to him, but we have not called anything thus far. Arizona, the Arizona Senate race, Kirsten Sinema has defeated Kelly Ward to re-win her seat. Michigan, Debbie Stabenow has been re-elected, defeating John Engler. Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar has been re-elected, defeating Mike Lindell. Nebraska, Deb Fischer has been re-elected, defeating Chris Butler. New Mexico, Martin Heinrich has been re-elected, defeating Susana Martinez. New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has been elected, defeating Brian Kolb. She unseated Kirsten Gillibrand back in the primary. A lot of people were doubting her, but she has picked up a seat, well, a seat that was already a Democrat. A bunch of sites have had this seat likely to lean blue, but it seems she has won it by a pretty safe margin, winning at 13 to 14 points. North Dakota, Kevin Kramer has been re-elected, defeating Joel Heitkamp, the brother of former Senator Heidi Heitkamp. Texas, Ted Cruz has defeated Joaquin Castro, the brother of Texas Governor Julian Castro. Wisconsin, Tammy Baldwin has been re-elected, defeating Tom Tiffany. Wyoming, John Barrasso has been re-elected, defeating former Governor David Freudenthal. Here's the current Senate map thus far. North Dakota, Brent Sandford has been elected as new North Dakota's governor, defeating Aaron Oban. Here's the current governor map. It is now time for the 10 p.m. poll closings. Iowa, too close to call. John Roberts has a lead in the state. Montana, too close to call. John Roberts has a lead in the state. A lot of people had this at safe bet, but it looks like it could go to the likely lean column. Nevada, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead in the state. Utah, too close to call. John Roberts has a lead in the state. We do have a third-party write-in movement for Evan McMullen, though he did not run. He does have roughly 3 to 4% of the write-in votes that we have counted so far. Arizona, a net gain for Democrats. Arizona is being projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo is now being projected to win the state of New Mexico. Kansas is now being projected to go to John Roberts. Texas still too close to call. John Roberts does have a lead in the state, however. Nebraska's second district is now swung into Andrew Cuomo's column, though barely. Minnesota is now being projected to go to Andrew Cuomo, a flip from 2020. Wisconsin, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead in the state. Michigan, a flip from 2020. Andrew Cuomo is the projected winner of his vice president's home, Michigan. North Carolina, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead in the state. Here's the current map thus far. Andrew Cuomo has 251 electoral votes to John Roberts 110, to Virgil Goods 1. A lot of people are now calling this for Andrew Cuomo, as we do have information that John Roberts has conceded the election, as well as Virgil Good. Virgil Good conceded around 9:30, 10 o'clock. But John Roberts has conceded the race to Andrew Cuomo. We can now, when Andrew Cuomo makes it to 270, we'll make that call, but we're not going to make the call right now. Montana, a flip from, well, this is a Senate seat, so A flip from 2018, Greg Gianforte, the reporter body slammer himself, has defeated incumbent John Tester, former Congressman Greg Gianforte. Nevada, Jackie Rosen has won re-election, defeating Joe Heck. Utah, Senator Mitt Romney has won re-election, defeating Ben McAdams. Here's the current Senate map thus far. We now have a call for some governor races. Montana has re-elected Mike Cooney over Tim Fox. Spencer Cox has been re-elected as Utah's governor, defeating Scott Howell. Here's the current governor map thus far. It's now time for the 11 p.m. poll closings. California projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Hawaii projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Idaho being projected to go to John Roberts. Oregon projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Washington being projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. We do now have a call. Andrew Cuomo has been elected as the 46th President of the United States. Andrew Cuomo does have, though this could be due to vote splitting, we do not know, but we will see come 2028 as if his approval rating is great or not, though a lot of people are already saying that this man is going to serve 8 years, just yada yada yada. Nevada being projected to go to Andrew Cuomo. Montana being projected to go to John Roberts. Utah now being projected to go to John Roberts. Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District is still too close to call. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead within the district, however. Texas now being projected to go to John Roberts. Iowa now being projected to go to John Roberts. Wisconsin, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead in the state. North Carolina, too close to call. Andrew Cuomo does have a lead in the state. Here's the current map so far. Andrew Cuomo has won 336 to 171 to 1. But we do have one more state to call, as well as 3 other states, or 2. We have 3 states to call and 1 district left to be called, and we'll see the final totals. California, Gavin Newsom has been elected, defeating incumbent Dianne Feinstein. Hawaii, Mazi Hirono has defeated Duke Aona. Washington, Maria Cantwell has defeated Philip Yin. Here's the current Senate map. Washington, they've elected Jay Inslee to a 3rd term, defeating Doug Erickson. Here's the current map thus far for the governorship. It's now time for the 1 a.m. poll closings, and Alaska is now being projected to go to John Roberts. A net gain from 2020, Andrew Cuomo has won Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District. North Carolina now being projected to go to Andrew Cuomo, a flip from 2020. Wisconsin being projected to go to Andrew Cuomo, a flip from 2020. Here's the current map. Here is the final map. Andrew Cuomo has won the election 363 to 174 to 1. Here's the final Senate map. The final governor map. And we do have the margin map, as you can see here. A lot of states that people did not project, to become less than 10. States like Missouri, Kansas, Montana, nobody expected those to get under 10. As well as some Democrat states that nobody thought was going to either hit 10, such as Colorado. A lot of people expected that to be won by Cuomo by 7 to 8. He won it by 12. A lot of people did not see North Carolina going blue this election. A lot of changes happened. It was probably due to the vote splitting from Virgil Goode, taking away that vote from John Roberts. The Senate majority is now going to the Republican Party, 53 to 47. They won a net 5 seats overall. However, they remain control over the House. A House they barely won back in 2022. They did gain, winning 219 to 217 back then, but now they have won 220 to 218. A lot of flips happened in the House, but it was enough to give them net gain 1 overall. So Andrew Cuomo is being president with both houses of Congress run by the opposite party. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Links to my main channel, gaming channel, Instagram, and Twitter in the description below. And if you have an idea for the video, tell us down in the comment section. 9 times out of 10, I'll do it. This is Cataquan saying peace.